Good morning, guys. So today is November 7th, and I am currently in the parking lot of my doctor's office waiting to go into my post-op appointment. So it has been a week and 2 days since my surgery, and I'm actually feeling really, really good. I do have occasional pain in my right side still, but that is normal per my doctor. I do have some questions for her. I just want to know, I know a couple of you asked me like, oh, when are you able to get pregnant? Because in my surgery vlog, I did mention that. And I do want to actually know that too, because I asked my husband and my mom and they honestly couldn't remember. I think my mom said I had to wait a couple of months, but I just want to verify that with my doctor. And I also want to make sure that because we're going to start trying soon, that I have, all of my prenatal, what's it called, pre-pregnancy supplements available, because right now I am actually currently taking, if you guys are interested in what I'm taking a women's multivitamin. I'm doing turmeric in my smoothies. I'm also taking this fertility supplement, and it is called Premama. I found it on Amazon. And I also know that you need to take magnesium, vitamin D. I was vitamin D deficient when I had my last blood work done, so I was put on vitamin D for 6 weeks, I want to say. And vitamin B is also good to take. But as far as what I'm taking, like I said, I'm just taking that women's multivitamin, some turmeric, and then for inflammation. The turmeric is for inflammation, which is good for women who have endometriosis. And then also that fertility supplement. And like I said, right now I'm going to head into my doctor's office and I'm going to ask her if it's okay that I'm taking all of this and when I'm able to get pregnant, because obviously I don't want to be messing with my body if it's still recovering and I'm not able to get pregnant. So I definitely want that question answered. But yeah, I'm not sure if they're going to do an ultrasound today. They might just want to check my incisions. I'm not 100%. But I'm going to go in there right now, and then once I get out, I will come back and let you guys know how my appointment went and what they said. Hi guys, so I am back home from my doctor's appointment, my post-op, and I did ask questions and I got a lot more information, like what happened during my surgery. But before I get into that, now that I'm home, I do have my supplements here and I wanted to share them with you guys. So that fertility support is this one here. And the brand is called Premama, and like I said, it is a fertility support, and they have a lot of different products within their Premama line, or whatever you want to call it. They also have one for him, and basically I guess there's different stages to it, and there's like stage 1, stage 2, which is conceive, as you can see there. And it comes with 28 of these little packs. And all you basically do is just put this in, I believe, 8 ounces of water, mix it around, and it really doesn't taste like anything. So I just do this in the morning. And kind of just so you can see the back of it. Hopefully, I don't think it's gonna show. But basically it has folic acid, like I said, I guess it's called folate, vitamin B12, and myo-inositol. I don't really know how to pronounce that word. But all of these 3 ingredients that this has is basically what you need in order to conceive. You do have PCOS, and if you have problems with like having regular periods and stuff like that. So like I said, this is actually the 3rd time I've purchased it, and I will link it down below if you guys want to check it out. I did purchase it from Amazon, so I'll link that. And then for my multivitamins, I've just been taking these, and I got these at Costco. I'm not 100% sure how much they were. I want to say around $12, and there's 220 gummies. I take 2 every morning. I'm not 100% sure like how great these are as far as the brand and the gummies, all of that, but this is what I've been taking. And then for my turmeric powder, I also purchased this on Amazon, and I want to say it was around $10, and it is, how many ounces is in here? 8 ounces in this bag. And I use this in my smoothies. I've been having a smoothie every morning, and in my smoothie I just put a handful of spinach, a handful of kale, a little bit of frozen strawberries, frozen mangoes, frozen peaches, And then I'll use coconut water and coconut milk. And then I use half a teaspoon of this. That's all I've been using. But as far as supplements, that's all I've literally been taking. And I highly recommend this if you do have PCOS. Do your research on these 3 ingredients. I'll list them down below. I'll list everything down below. Like I said, Alani, also, it's a different company than Premama, but I've heard great things about Alani too. I obviously just didn't purchase that one because it's $50 for a month's supply, and that's a little bit over my budget. But this one is only, I want to say like $30, $35. And for the most part, it has pretty much the same ingredients. And like I said, I'm pretty sure this made me ovulate this last time that I did. So that's it for my supplements. As far as my appointment, she said everything looked great. They cleaned out as much as they can, as much as they could as far as endometriosis goes. And I asked because in my prior video, I did let you guys know that I was having like a very sharp, dull pain in my bladder. So every time my bladder would get full, or sometimes even after I went pee, it would just be like a sharp, dull pain in my bladder area. So my doctor wasn't sure if it was endometriosis or if it was just like something with like my nerves in my bladder. So she said if she didn't find any endometriosis in my bladder, that she was going to refer me over to a pain specialist. And just do, I guess, like physical therapy in that area, because I guess like sometimes your body adjusts to certain pains, and you know, she wasn't sure, especially because you can't really see endometriosis through an ultrasound. You have to go in through that laparoscopy, and so she wasn't 100% sure what she was going to find. However, she did go in there and she found endometriosis, and I have all of my lab work here, like all my pictures. Apparently I had a large, I guess, cyst on my bladder, and she said it was really big, and so she removed that, and that's what was causing so much pain. So bladder nodule, endometriosis, and I'm just reading based off like her notes on my diagnosis. I don't want to show any personal information, but again, I'm gonna have to do my own research to figure out what these are, but from what I took from it, it was just I had cyst and endometriosis. And I also had endometriosis in my left area. They also did remove a large cyst from my left ovary. And then again, like I mentioned in my previous video, I also had endometriosis near my rectum. So it just sounded like there was a lot of cysts in there and a lot of endometriosis, which she cleaned up. She removed all of that, and she said everything looks great. She definitely said that I'm gonna be in a lot of pain you know, for the next 2 weeks, because I had surgery only 9 days ago. So, and I am still in pain, especially in that right area where my bladder is at. I'm still having pain there. It's not too bad, but I am still having that pain. She said obviously no sex, no tampons, nothing in the vagina for the next 2 weeks. I know, sorry, TMI. And then no heavy lifting, no like extreme exercising for the next 4 weeks. As far as when I can get pregnant, this was a little bit disappointing because I thought I'd be able to start trying right away, and especially since we have our honeymoon coming up in 3 weeks, you know, obviously I wanted to see if we can try then. But unfortunately, she said I do have to wait at least 2 months before trying to conceive, just to let my body heal, because she did do a lot of work in me. And just because I might look great on the outside doesn't mean everything is great on the inside. So she definitely wants me to take it easy and not try to have any kids right now, unfortunately. So I do have to wait 2 months. So it's probably going to have to wait until early next year, which kind of sucks. But I mean, you know, I got to listen to the doctor. So she, like I said, she did say take it easy. And another thing she did say is she wanted to put me back on birth control for from now until we start trying. And the reason for this is because she said that after surgeries, a lot of times periods are very heavy. And this is actually true, because in my last surgery last year, the first period I had following my surgery was awful. And I still remember I was in so much pain, and I was back on birth control after my last surgery, and I still had a really bad period. So she wants me to get on birth control to avoid those heavy periods, the heavy bleeding, the heavy cramping, all of that. And, you know, kind of just to help me ease the pain and basically heal my body a lot faster. And I don't know how I feel about that, honestly, because I feel like I've worked so hard to get my body to where it's at now naturally, and like with my foods that I'm eating, my supplements, and I honestly, I don't know. I really don't know. And she kind of gave me the option if I wanted to or not. So obviously, this is something that I do want to talk to my husband about. I want to do my own research and see what birth control pill that she's trying to put me on, research that. I honestly, I don't want to get back on the birth control pill, but I do see her point why she's wanting to put me back on the pill, just to make me heal faster, basically. And I did ask her, is this gonna like affect when we start trying next year for a baby? And she said no, like this is again just to help me with my recovery process and to avoid all of the pain, and also from developing more endometriosis, because when you do have periods, that's what causes the endometriosis. So she's trying to avoid me going through all of that, which I 100% understand. But I don't know if I want to put my body through that again and confuse it and get my hormones all out of whack. Because like I mentioned earlier, I did get off the birth control pill back in May of this year. And for the most part, I've been doing fine. And I feel like there's been more pros being off of it than cons. So I don't know if I want to put my body through that again and go through that whole phase again. She also, because I don't know if I mentioned, but my cycles are regular. Because your normal cycle is supposed to last 28 days. And since May, I've been tracking, I've used the Flow app, and that's what I use to track my periods and all of that. And I've noticed that on average, my cycles are lasting about 40 to 45 days. And she did say when I'm trying to get pregnant, because usually you ovulate like day 14, like in the middle of your cycle. And because I'm not 100% regular, obviously, because my cycles are a lot longer, she's not sure how that's going to affect my ovulation and how I'm going to be able to detect my ovulation. So she also mentioned possibly putting me on metformin or Femera, I believe it's called. So basically something to help regulate me, and that way it's able to help with the quality of my ovulation, the quality of my eggs and all of that. However, I feel like that's what I'm doing already naturally by doing the fertility supplement that I mentioned earlier, and by eating better. So I'm not 100% sure if I want to get on any medication right now, because honestly, we haven't tried. My husband and I haven't tried anything, like to conceive, nothing. So I at least want to try naturally for 6 months, and this has been my goal since I got off the pill, and this is something that him and I discussed already. I do want to try at least for 6 months to, try to conceive naturally without any medication and see how that goes. So I don't think I'm going to do that. We'll see how I feel when we start trying, but for now, I wanted to try to do everything naturally and just detox my body from everything and start with my supplements, with eating healthier, being more active, stuff like that, because all of these things are supposed to help when you have PCOS and endometriosis. And I've heard success stories with women that do this and they get pregnant. So if other women can do it, why can't I, So I definitely want to try to go the natural route first, but we'll see when the time comes how I feel then. But for now, that's my plan. But I mean, other than that, that's pretty much how my appointment went. I will show you guys my incisions just so you guys can see, because I did remove the bandages and she said everything looked great. Minimal bruising, everything looks great, normal. So here are my incisions, day 9. And as you can see, there is some bruising. It's not too bad. These two are the ones that hurt the most, so I'm assuming because they're higher, but other than that, looking pretty good. I am supposed to go back to work next Tuesday, the 12th, so I should be good to go then. Obviously, like I said, I can't lift anything heavy. I can't do anything too extreme. Still got to take it easy, but at the end of the day, like, I'm so fatigued and just, like, honestly tired and kind of in pain. And I'm not taking Percocet anymore. I stopped that on Sunday or Monday, and I've just been taking 800 milligram of ibuprofen when needed. It hasn't been anything that's been consistent. And so like this week, I've just been taking it mainly at night because, like I said, I'm trying to move around, you know, obviously not lifting heavy stuff, but just like I've been doing laundry, stuff like that, because I don't want to be laying in bed all day and have my body adjust to that. So by the end of the day, honestly, I'm like done. So I'll take my 800 milligram ibuprofen, and that's pretty much it. But I mean, other than that, thank you so much to everyone who has reached out to me. Like, you guys have no idea how much your guys' words and prayers and comments, messages, phone calls, all of that, it just means the world to me, and it's made this recovery process so much better. Like I mentioned in my last video, my husband has been so amazing and supportive throughout this recovery process. Sometimes I hate bothering him, and because I feel like I'm independent. I like doing everything on my own, but I did want to take it easy this time around and ask for his help a lot, and he has been doing the absolute best with that. I know I haven't been the easiest to deal with because I have my days where I'm just like not feeling good and in a bad mood, but he has done the absolute most and the absolute best that he possibly can, from cooking me dinner, making me breakfast, making me smoothies, helping me with the laundry, like literally everything. He's a rock star. So thank you so much, love. Like I said, the point of all of this is just to inspire at least one woman, because I know how dark it could get with the PCOS, the endometriosis, the infertility, all of that. I know personally how hard it could get. So just having this support system and this community like has been amazing, especially on Instagram. Like, I'm constantly on there following the hashtag, and I see women who have similar stories to me, and I'm constantly reaching out to them, sending them support and positivity and my prayers, just because that's what we need. I feel like we're stronger together, and the more that more women start reaching out and voicing their stories, I just feel like we can just lift each other up mentally, because that's the last thing we want to do is be depressed when we're dealing with all of these things physically, you know? So that's my main goal with my channel, just to help someone in need and be that voice, because I know how dark it could get. So again, if you have any questions at all, if you want to reach out to me with your story, like, I'm always open to listening to your guys' stories and communicate, open up that, you know, that line of communication. But don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And again, thank you so much for your guys' support. Honestly, it means the world to me. And that's all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.